Whether this one goes to support, whether this one even goes in a role that we were thinking of. We'll have to find out as we jump into game number 1. Atlantis Leviathans, Oni Warriors with Dulcin and Mifflin.
Leviathans already locked in to first seed, but still some climbing or dropping to be done from the Oni Warriors, depending on how their last couple sets of the phase end up going. And so, what foot forward will we see from the Leviathans today? Are they going to get back to their winning ways prior to Phase 3 playoffs, with the Oni Warriors continue to build up some momentum? Maybe.
There it is.
Help confirm. I'm telling you, look at that. And opens up for the Hog. That's just an outplay from Rongyu.
Rongyu nasty at Artemis support, historically so. Shinto just goes down. Simple for Dardes. Bramble Blast at a range. Locks him in place. Perfectly times the dash to instant cancel.
So, I guess difference between 4th or 5th could be important. Really hoping to avoid dropping into 6th, though, and off to a good start. The decent lead early in this game. Wild Hunt does connect onto Shinto this time, but a counter gang for Panatom in mid. And down comes Nika from the heavens and cleans up the kill onto Shinto, but stuck behind his own wall nearly to death. That's one more for the Onis, empty-handed for the Leviathans.
Yeah, Haddix just can't keep up with those rotations. I'm pretty sure he knows how the combo works. So once we are full build, expect this Kuma to be reliably putting out like 1,300 burst.
Haddix, my goodness. Gonna get melted by the Oni Warriors into the passive. Teammates fighting over the kill, but Nika's gonna be the one to grab it. Panatom over in solo as well. This is a 3 versus 1. Panatom gets some assistance from Shinto, who's rotated over to right out of mid as well. Sash no good. Looks like Panatom and Shinto will hold on to their ultimates. Might need to use them now, though, because the dive is real, and Nika has follow-up if needed with the Anvil of Dawn. And it won't have to get used this time. Shinto does just a bit too much there.
4,000 gold.
To a mid-level gap.
Yeah, this ain't looking good. And that's how you know the Leviathans are up to something different as Rongyu tastes dirt once more. Shinto's actually a lower level than Panatom. So that doesn't happen.
So to be clear, it wasn't the Artemis support that had you knowing the Leviathans were up to something different.
No, because that guy was... I don't think there's any runes on it, though.
No, it's forged through a rune. Goodbye vote in the meantime. Zapman cleans up the first kill of the game for the Leviathans. Dardes now in a very bad spot. Wild Hunt down, Dardes dashes away.
It's no damage.
Rongyu doesn't have enough damage, but Panatom does with the Winds of Shamash. And the Leviathans with a clean 2 kills onto both of the carries of the Oni Warriors. The Warriors did pick up the Pyromancer in the meantime.
And unfortunately, even with the 4 stack on the Leviathans on the left, there's just not a whole lot to be done. Good dunk from Nika. Just shuts down Shinto towards the middle of the map. The same point I'm about to make about the Leviathans, where they're just like, gold's dead, nothing we can really do about it. You don't have a standard hunter either, so you can't pressure the tower. It's a real draft, man.
I know. I'm just saying, I love the way it's been built out by the Oni Warriors. We haven't seen these 5 gods together probably at all this year. And the way they've been able to not only look for kills, but objectives has been impressive.
Yeah, objective's the name of the game with this composition for sure. Anytime you got double hunter plus Fafnir. I was going to say kills Fire Giants, but instead kills the entirety of the Leviathans and does it quickly.
Look at that! Look at the hat! Breathe some fire!
He's going to do it.
Oh, if he doesn't, I'm losing it. Come on!
He'll find something. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh my God! No way!
No
chance! He didn't breathe any fire!
No, he's going to help his boy. Watch.
Yeah. No! That is unreal. That's so unlucky.
What a tease when the entire team is falling behind either, so I'm thinking Zapman's right on par.
Shinto might fall for the 6th time this game. Nika,
certainly not.
Uninterested in the follow-up. Has Anvil of Dawn and Hammer. Oh yeah, here we go.
No, Shinto.
Up,
one
down,
more wave.
One more minion. Sticks around Nika with the easiest dunk of his life. That's his 4th. This Thor off to a great start. And you kind of move into the hybrid style.
That's stuff.
No, I know. Okay. I feel like it shouldn't have to be said, and I'll get back to it here in just a moment. There's 3 of the Oni Warriors against a couple of the Leviathans. Will take those odds every day of the week. Ooh. Tusky flies around, does almost no damage, and another 2 for the Oni Warriors. Root onto Zapman from Cuvo Fred. And the I'm a Monster will provide some safety from the dunk of Nika, and the beads from the stun, and the Aegis from the 2-tap. But there is too much from the Oni Warriors. We'll find 3 more kills.
Look, Zatman's not using his relics the majority of the time, so if he's gonna do it, I'm thinking the Oni Warriors should at least just reward him, allow him to live.
Yeah.
Like Zap.
Zap goes in, Nika goes up.
Oh, Zap's
Nika,
dead.
Nika might just go down on this one. Zapman doesn't. Mifflin, you gotta stop! It's not my fault!
I got it. Zapman stunned out, taking a lot of damage. Nika shut down on this one. Easy stuff. Cubo Fred on the retreat. Panatom has to get out of here. No, Cubo Fred's okay, right? He's going to have overhead kick pretty shortly. No, he's done. He's done.
Goodness gracious. Now I'm scared to talk at all for the rest of this. You're about to solo cast this because I'm too scared to say
No,
words.
you're doing great.
I'm hanging in there, man. I'm trying. Dardes. Choose my words carefully. Drop kicked against the wall and some life from the Leviathans. This would be a great kill.
Got him.
Picked up a kill on Dardes, and it's wrong you, the support Artemis.
Vote standing his ground?
And Vote sticks around. Vote will pick up 1 at least. And honestly, a bit more health on Vote. You're maybe seeing a turnaround there. Those are low health bars on the Leviathans.
Yeah, well, Neilma had to maintain.
The Leviathans have is there. Nika drops down from the heavens into the back of the team fight. I'll word it properly this time. But it's an initiation from Shinto. Windfire Wheels catch out Vote, and Zapman deletes the target.
Hold on.
It's a 1-for-1 trade, and suddenly some wind in their sails.
What?
No chance. The Leviathans are turning this fight around. Nika dashed on, doesn't have the rest of his squad with him. Beads used for the drop kick. And it'll be a kill and a big team fight win for the Leviathans.
The Levi's just played it better. Panatom goes massive in the back line. Nika starts off the fight incredibly well, so I had figured, okay, Oni Warriors, we'll let him have this one.
Yeah, not so much. Interesting for sure. Maybe the Leviathans are liking the idea of this fight. Maybe they shouldn't, though. Panatom barely gets his ult off, and that's all he's been able to do. Zapman with the I'm a monster doesn't grab any kills, but here comes Nika for a double tap from the Thor, and the Oni Warriors mop the floor with the Leviathans, and it's looking like they'll close out game 1.
Dardes still has the ultimate. Haddix can't do anything. Well, except for die, like 5 feet away from his fountain. Easy stuff for the Oni Warriors. They came with a real composition. They came with the implication. And they take game 1.
Mid-seed, maybe potentially be able to overtake the Tartars Titans depending on how their sets go for the remainder of today and then the remainder of tomorrow as well, because both the Titans and the Warriors play then. But before we get to that, we've got to get to game number 2 between the Atlantis Leviathans and the Oni Warriors right now with Dulcin and Mifflin.
Yeah, it looks like the Oni Warriors just want to run it back here in game number 2, and why not? You won in like 23 minutes in game 1. Why not build a similar composition here? And we'll see if they can get it done, or if the Leviathans are going to push back maybe a bit more effectively. They change up their composition. The Leviathans do, Miff. Looks like
standing on top of each other in like a mid-game or late-game team fight. Unless Haddix is like hyper-stacked his defense, it'd be very hard to survive.
Vote's in some trouble here. Has to use the ultimate for CC immunity, but knocked up by Zapman, pulled in by Panatom, and it's first blood to the Atlantis Leviathans. Decent little lead built up now on the left side of the map. Wrong U steps forward. No stun though for Neilma, Cubo, Fred. Wrong U goes in. There's Tusky. There's Pillar. There's sick. Stun. There's Trap. But a jump out from Neilma, and the Med has kept him alive. The transformation may buy enough time. Shinto from range gets the kill. The Leviathans do lose Zapman in trade, and maybe more if Cubo Fred can find an initiation. No, it's Nika from out of nowhere, giving the double to Dardes.
Dardes getting off to a great start here, stacking up his Devourers off of Gods rather than PvE. The Leviathans, a bit of an overextension.
But we get an immediate visual of exactly what Wrong U is going for. Puts Dardes in an awkward spot. Haddix, though, now thought maybe on a solo invade, but no. Wrong U and Panatom just around the corner.
He's going in.
Lawbringer over the wall. Knock up on the Cubo Fred and a pullback in. On the other side of the map, Zapman's been soloed, and so the Leviathans need this to go well, and it is not. No kills for the Levi's on right. And in fact, it's going to get worse as Nika drops the hammer and adds another for the Oni Warriors. Haddix will at least pull one.
Haddix, though, he's in no man's land, surrounded. If Nika can throw up a wall, completely cuts off that escape corridor. Drops down, dash is good. Fearless is back up in the power stance, but
Oh my God.
one auto, two autos, I mean, is all you would have needed.
They got him. They got him.
Nika's got it.
They got him. They got him.
He's got it.
He's there. It is. I think the hearts of the minions might have
Thank God.
dealt the last bit of
Supreme
damage.
Court case.
Vote v Zapman.
That's right.
Let's see what ruling Vote gave to Zap and how it happened.
Zapman leaps in, does avoid the stun. Things looking pretty good for the On Her here. Just didn't have access to the ultimate, doesn't have crit, loses the fight. The Oni Warriors, though, on regroup, try and catch out Shinto in mid, forced to use that ultimate defensively.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't exactly help him out, does it? Dardes credit for the kill this time around, and with Pyromancer still available, I think it could be an opportunity here for the Warriors.
You would think. They've got plenty of damage to take the escape with their jungler.
Man, Zapman puts out a whole lot of damage, though, already. That kin size, seen a good bit of work. Cubo Fred could be in some trouble. Wrong you. There's the combo.
There it is, and it pays off. Cubo
Hit all
Fred
three.
stunned and dropped. And Neoma on Vote. I'll take a stun on the other side of it as well. But all of this just to beckon Nika over to the left side of the map. Beautiful stun from Vote on the big damage from Ishtar. Now Haddock slowed.
Woo.
Big pull in from Shinto. Looks cooler than it really is effective, but does slow down. What's wrong, you? Surely the only Warriors favoring themselves in this fight, just not knowing where the rest of the Leviathans are. It's on left. The fourth death of the game for Zapman. It has been a real interesting fantasy points day in the league. Panda goes like, and Hindu's feeling sad about this one for the Leviathans. He's got all the Levi's. They're not looking great here in game 1 or game 2.
You know what? That's actually pretty good for me. Unless Panatom keeps doing stuff like this. Get out of there, Cubo! That's too much damage!
It is too much damage, and the Scepter might just get it done. Panatom with the solo in the jungle. Surely slows down the Oni Warriors, but the Oni Warriors have also taken lopsided fights a couple of times. Wildly unfortunate for the Leviathans, getting their Pyromancer stolen, and nothing to show for it on the back end. And now maybe a dead mid laner, as Vote, Nika, Dardes will add some damage and another kill.
Was Dardes weak before that? I wasn't looking at his HP, but if he wasn't, that was a very near turnaround from Shinto. Maybe I'm sleeping on
wiping
that.
his tears with dollar bills right now. He is so far ahead. He is 404, level 18. He's feeling fine. Gets double fearless by Haddix, but still has the ability to turn it around. Cubo Fred is all alone. Up, down he goes, and down ultimately as Zapman has finished off that kill. Some snipes from Dardes means Rampage. Zapman leaps away, but Nika on the chase. Could be looking for a bit more. Haddock stunned a few times, in fact. But a Shinto back from base, supplying a bit of extra damage on the end of the fight.
Yeah, just exclamation point.
That makes so much sense. Everything just makes so much sense. Now, Oni Warriors will finally use this objective burn on an objective, and they will get the Fire Giant, but Neoma, what has happened? He's been fully melted by the Leviathans, but the Leviathans in trade have now turned around a couple of kills. The duo lane of the Oni Warriors gone. Zapman picks up one as well.
The Leviathans keeping it interesting. These team fights are actually going their way. Panatom might line up against Nika very shortly. Gets the jump on him. Where are you going to go, Panny?
Nowhere. Back to base is the
Grayscale.
answer. He's got to think about it for another minute or so. Fantastic pick from the Oni Warriors. And a tier 2 tower under siege. Can also just rotate this pressure to left. There's a minion wave starting to work its way
Keep
up.
pushing.
But you also already have a minion wave here in mid. Might as well go for the Phoenix.
5 versus 4. Transformation from Neoma. This Phoenix will go down quick. The Leviathans have got to get in.
It's Haddock starting it off. Yeah, Vote's going to end it right there. Nika will keep it going, though. Dunks into the back line. Big stuns, though. It's Tusky doing work for the Leviathans. Have burnt away one more team member of the Oni Warriors. Close onto the Phoenix, though. Wall, but the double tap is a little bit late. Cubo Fred goes in, whiffs. Still by space. Fred has as well. Neoma transforms, has Frenzy, has AoE coerce for the team. But up goes Nika. Where's the Anvil of Dawn? Here it is. It's on Shinto. The Vote. Vote gets the FG, gets a kill. Oni Warriors now starting to roll a bit, but in goes Zapman, in goes Haddix. This fight not guaranteed. It's what we've seen time and time again. The Leviathans stick around. They fight around the Fire Giant. Panatom wins a 1v1, and it's All but a deicide for the Leviathans. Make it the deicide. The Leviathans get 5.
Zatman comes up massive, puts out so much damage with that ultimate. Space created by Haddix gives them that opportunity.
I can't believe I'm going to say this. Somebody's got to deal with the 5 and 6 on her. But a lot of those deaths were in the laning phase.
He's just jumping in. What?
Well, since team fight time, Zap has only died a couple times. Uh-oh.
What? Zap?
All right. I think you said he's just jumping in as like a sign of respect. Like, oh my God, he's feeling himself. And then a quick on the transformation. Usually a go button. Haddix learns the hard way. Stun from Nika on the wall. Ultimate flies through at some point from Shinto. And Neilma was just left alone. Again, the Leviathans in a commanding position.
Yeah, Haddix, great usage of the beads
no ults
there.
there.
No ults, you're right.
Panatom.
And they've got easy setup for Panatom's ultimate. Stop some backs.
They just go up and over the wall.
No, they're looking for the team fight.
I know. They want to fight instead of looking for a backdoor. It's a backdoor to the team fight, I suppose. Kivo Fred has gone in. Panatom and Zapman decimated by the dive of the Oni Warriors. And the Oni Warriors finally with an initiation they're happy with. And for good reason. It's a kill turned around by Shinto. But it's probably a game end now from the Oni Warriors. Titan down to half. And a 2-0 Oni Warriors win after a big game too.
Yeah, who knew? The Oni Warriors, all they needed was a nice flank and a double wall from Nika onto both the carries. And from there, very simple for them. Titans already down to half. Your work's been done for you. Congratulations, Oni Warriors. It's a 2-0.
And I do believe that solidifies them not 6th. So I think no matter what happens to the Oni Warriors throughout the phase, what happens to the Bolts throughout the phase, the Oni Warriors will avoid having